Here are several jokes about extramarital affairs. Many times I want to have affairs for one night without my wife's knowledge. The reason I never do that is I don't have a wife. I've been in love with the same woman for 21 years. If my wife finds out, he will kill me, or maybe she will feel less guilty and relieved. In the pre-mobile phone time, one day I came home and said to my wife, "I'm exhausted now. You just tell I'm not at home, no matter who calls." Before long, the telephone rang. My wife picked up the phone and whispered, "My husband is at home." I happened to overhear and feel puzzled and said, "Didn't I tell you to say I'm not at home?" I was a salesman. I was not at home for 6 days a week. I felt sorry for my wife and wanted to spend the whole weekend with her. On Sunday, when we were doing it loudly in our bed, suddenly the old woman next door knocked on the wall and yelled, "You are so annoyed. A week has 7 days. Can't you have a rest for one day?" I was irritated by the poor sound insulation of my house. A boy ran into a police station and said to the policeman on duty, "Hurry up! Someone is beating my dad on the street." The policeman followed the boy to run into the street and saw two men fighting. The policeman asked, "Which is your dad?" The boy said, "I'm not sure. It's what they are fighting for." So I understand why Aristotle said mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. My wife took off her pants and was about to put on pajamas. I noticed something suddenly and said, "Dear, you have your panties inside out." My wife said, "It doesn't matter." I said, "I remember when you went out in the morning. It was not inside out." Life is uncertain. Eat dessert. Last night, my wife met me at the front door. She was wearing a sexy negligee. The only trouble was she was coming home. It happened I was coming home too. I'm a fireman. Yesterday, a hotel was on fire. I rushed into a room and found my wife was sleeping with a man. My heart was broken, but without hesitation, I carried her out of the hotel. When I put her in a safe place, I said, "Let's get divorced." Then I rushed into the fire and saved that man. I'm 23 years old. What would you do if you were me?